guys, thanks for watching. Let's check this out. Rapid fire questions with Meghan Markle. She had a lot of time to do interviews, by the way, didn't she?
What's something new you learned in the past week?
How to twirl a baton.
Name one thing you couldn't live without.
My passport.
Do you have a middle name?
Yes, it's Megan. My first name is actually Rachel.
What was
I would say the first part seems fine to me. Seems pretty normal, answering the questions. That's my take. Let me know what you guys think.
favorite TV show growing up?
I Love Lucy.
What's the first role you ever auditioned for?
Hot girl number 1 in A Lot Like Love with Ashton Kutcher.
That's pretty funny. That's like most of what her roles were. At least she's got humor about it. So this looks pretty good so far. Again, she gets along better with men.
Did you get it?
Yes.
If you could have been in any movie ever, what would it be?
Splendor in the Grass.
If you had to be an animal for a day, what would that animal be?
My dog, Bogart. Best life ever.
Can you do an impression of anyone?
No. Although, when I get punchy late night on set, I always start to go into this like, oh yeah, see? Come on, fellas, let's keep it moving. They like.
That was very awkward, and you're gonna see the things are gonna start to go a little bit downhill with some of the answers.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Chili peppers.
Your favorite phone app?
Heads up.
How long could you last without your phone?
A scene. I can last a scene without my phone.
What's the last thing that you Googled?
Just before I walked in here, I Googled this thing about dog training. Got a new rescue dog. He needs some training.
That was weird to me. I honestly don't even know how to quite read that. Like, she really paused. It's supposed to be rapid fire questions. She's like, just. So when she said the just before that, that made me think she was thinking about the answer, not totally confident in it. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying she didn't Google dog training, but maybe after that she Googled like how to get into the royal family or something like that. I don't know.
Name a book that's had a big influence on you.
The Sound and the Fury.
What children's book can you not wait to share with your kids?
The Giving Tree.
If your life was a children's book, what would the title be?
The Glorious Adventures of Freckle-Faced Meg.
If you were
That's silly. Also, The Sound and the Fury, not to get into politics or anything, from what I know, it's literally like just a book about a certain presidency. I don't see how that would have like a major influence on someone. It seems to me kind of like it was a gossipy book. So that's kind of interesting to say that's the book that had an influence on you, right? Like, not like a book that inspired you or something like that. I don't know. I think she might have just picked a book that was very, very well known and popular at that time.
superhero, what would your power be?
Teleportation.
And what would your kryptonite be?
Wine.
What person, living or dead, would you like to grab a drink with?
Anthony Bourdain.
Wine. That's an interesting answer, you know. I don't know if she meant it that way, but again, imagine you're Prince William, and then Harry's like, hey, look, this is the woman I'm marrying. I can't do his accent. And it's like, oh, yeah, I drink a lot of wine. It's my kryptonite.
What would you drink?
If I was with Anthony Bourdain, I'd drink a Negroni because I'd feel cooler.
What's a guilty pleasure of yours?
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
What's a song that's guaranteed to get you dancing?
It's called Murder on the Dance Floor. It's a British song like, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know.
What day in your life would you love to relive?
The day that I found out I got Suits.
What's your favorite?
Overall, again, something I notice in a lot of these that I cover is when she's being interviewed by men, she's overall like much friendlier, much more natural. So again, I think she likes men, gets along with them better, even though she'll set that us versus them thing during a lot of her causes. But yeah, she seems to always be more at ease with men. She doesn't seem to be as in competition. Maybe that's how she snagged Harry. She might be like super flirty, you know, and good at like seducing men or more comfortable with men. And who knows what else she's, you know, really comfortable with. And that might have been a big part of it. But, you know, here she seems pretty good, you know, for the most part. Awkward at moments, like her impressions. Oh my gosh.
Scene on Suits that you were not in?
The mud bath scene. So good.
What's something you and Rachel have in common?
Our ambition.
What are you most proud of?
The way she said that, I don't know. Sounds strange to me. She didn't sound ambitious. She sounded like, I think she was using it as like a buzzword. Like I remember she had an interview with the guy, one where she wasn't as cool, and the guy said something like, "Yeah, you talk about women being ambitious." Like he was trying to give her like a lead in, like that's a point she likes to make. She's like, "Oh, trigger word," or something like that, like to try and bully him. So maybe she meant it in that way, like, "You don't let me be ambitious," not in like I'm actually ambitious, you know.
Being the UN advocate for women's political participation.
If your teenage
Which, again, from what I've heard from several of you commenters, that I believe was like a pay-to-play type of thing. It was just like a really expensive conference, basically.
self could see you now, what would she be most impressed by?
The fact that my hair's straight. I think she'd be
Yeah, she's so into that, her hair. Like, she talked about all these different things later on with her background, whatever, but it's like, very few people know her background, because
really impressed that I'm an actress on a successful show. It's crazy.
that didn't seem so bad. Like, it seemed that answer was, it wasn't too, like, braggartish. It had some gratitude in it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this.